Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Phil's Corner. We're still not in the corner. The corner or the room where the corner is in is being renovated, as I've been saying for months. But we are close. We're very close now. It's a matter of weeks away. But anyway, for now we're in our backup studio for tonight's eBay football shirt hunting stream. We're going to find some shirts on eBay, maybe even buy some. Although if you do follow me on Twitter, you would have seen my recent purchase of a Boca Juniors shirt, which has somewhat used up the budget. But we'll see. We'll see if we can find some bargains. Welcome, good evening, football shirt connoisseur. As people begin to trickle in, I will also be starting tonight with a bit of a preview of my magazine. And again, those who were on Twitter will have seen the magazine. Some pictures. I'll be showing you in person. I've got a magazine with me, so I'll go through some of the pages and talk about how you can get hold of that. Alex, good evening, mate. Urban Chic. Yeah. The story with this one is that we basically started peeling back the old wallpaper to see the condition of the wall. So it looks a little bit like a dilapidated building, but eventually we'll get around to. So Andy, John Carl, good to see some regular faces. Just before I get to the magazine and show you guys some of the pages of that, a reminder that you can support me on Patreon, and I've had a real kind of influx of recent patrons, which is amazing. Partly because the magazine is coming and you can get a hold of it through Patreon. But yeah, the details in the description. It means so much that you guys watch these videos. Patreon is another step up from that. But yeah, check it out if you want to support me further. You can get some free stuff, and there's a great little community there. But yeah, as we start, guys, I promise a hands-on preview of the magazine. And here we go. This is more than a shirt. So this is the magazine, and it's completely new. It's over 50 pages of original commentary on shirts this year. So we've got a selection of popular shirts or notorious shirts. So not the best shirts of the season, but some of the biggest stories of the season. So for example, we've got a feature on Boca Juniors. And this is one of my favourite shirts. Of course, we've got some original photography there. And we're talking about some of the features of that. Things like the retro crest, which of course was a bit of a thing this year. You can see, again, some nice close-up details of some of the amazing features of the player issue Boca Juniors shirt. Many of these photos in the magazine haven't been shared before, so they'll be new. And there's also some contributions from the community as well. The nice full page spread incidentally there as well. So yeah, you've got features like that. I mean, there's a feature here on Denmark, and again, recalling some of that story behind that, talking about monochrome shirts. We've got a feature on Parma. I mean, there's literally, it's many of the biggest stories, I would say. Even the Puma Third template. So again, there's an article there, which goes into the Puma Third template, the story behind that, with some shots of the AC Milan one. So I'm really, it's something I've wanted to do for a while, is to get a magazine. And it's just a personal project, but I will be selling them directly, and I'm pleased to say that I'm in kind of advanced stages with Football Shirt Collective. They should be stocking this magazine. Oh, there's a shot of the back as well. The best shorts of the season. But yeah, so this magazine, it will be available directly on Football Shirt Collective. I'll be announcing more details soon. But the easiest way to get hold of it will be through Patreon. So every patron will get this magazine as part of their subscription, or support, I should say. And the different tiers, you'll get it a bit quicker at the higher tiers. But on any tier, you'll get hold of this within a few months. And that's, on top of the free shirt, again, and stuff like that, and all the other benefits. So you can get it as a patron. You can also get it directly, or you will be able to get it directly. So I'm going to be showing details about that. But I'm really excited, guys. If you've ever liked any of the content I've done before, this should be right up your street. Yeah, lots of good stuff. So that's more than a shirt. I couldn't even dream of doing a magazine without all you guys supporting me. So thank you. And yeah, for Show Colour Services, I need that magazine. You will get it soon, my friend, as part of your patronage, if that's the word. And good evening, Andy, as well. I just seen your message. Boxers, do you follow Shrovetide football going on right now? I don't, but do fill me in, Brock. Do fill me in. Right, let's get to eBay. That's what we're here to do. Will we see the same shirts we see every week, or will we be surprised? I'm optimistic. Let's have a look, and I'm going to change to my eBay. Now using shortcuts so you don't have to see the back end of the stream, which is a bit more professional, hopefully. Let's get to it, guys. Of course, as we go through, please ask any questions, and you'll see as well my process of things like finding out if a shirt is fake. Yeah, so as we like to do, I usually go football shirts, just a general term like that. Auctions ended soonest. There's many ways to shop on eBay. This is my favourite. But of course, if you're looking for specific shirts, you might want to do things like save searches and stuff. But this is the way I like to do it. You kind of get a bit of everything. Good evening, Liam. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, so we start off. We've got some remake of a West Ham shirt. Okay. This front shirt just about to end. Not the most loved template, and you can see a huge hole there. Wow. Yeah, I mean that is a major bit of damage there, which probably explains why I didn't have a bid. What a good evening, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Got a Leeds shirt. Leeds have been in the news, of course, the last few days. Got many friends who are Leeds fans. Yeah, kind of mixed responses to the Bielsa and Marsh swap. But that shirt, nothing to write home about. Although Diodora, I do think Diodora's shirts are quite interesting. Of course, Roma had Diodora at this time as well, I think, or around this era. Good to hear, Molly. Good to hear. Interesting. We talked about this last week with the Liverpool retro remakes, and we had a bit of a conversation about that. And it's interesting when I'm always interested when a retro top, so a remake, is getting lots of bids. It's quite fascinating to me. It shows that, you know, obviously this price is a bit less than retail for a retro. You know, you're looking at maybe 30 quid or so. But it's just interesting to me that you'd have, you know, very clearly a remake, and you know, and the seller has made it quite clear. Yeah, and it's getting a lot of action, and that price is fair. You know, again, if you were to buy that new, you're probably looking at 30+ quid. But yeah, it's just interesting. It shows that there's a market for retro remakes. You know, even on the second-hand market. So very interesting. Enrique, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Thanks to everyone who stopped by already. Oh, this is interesting. I like that a lot. Now, it's a shame this is a small. And I don't know if this is an actual shirt or a training top. And it's just okay, some light marks. Oh no, this could be worth a bit at this price. I just want to find out. Okay, we've got a minute. Speed check. Is this, I mean, Fresnone, they might not have their shirts on here. Zeus. Okay, this is going to have to be, again, a very, very kind of quick. I'm trying to find out if this is a home shirt or a training shirt. This is kind of the quickest way I can think of, but obviously, I think, because I have a feeling this might be a training shirt. Given that on the back, that to me gives a real training shirt vibe. Yeah, I'm not based, and again, this is like speed trying to speed research. But you can see here, guys, as I'm googling the name of, so literally just Fresnel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the training shirt. I would, if this was a home shirt, I'd probably go for it at this price, even though it's a small. And you can see a little bit of damage on the badge, but it's just a nice little pickup for under fiver. Yeah, and to be fair, that's a bit of activity there. Yeah, Enrique, I think it is a training shirt, albeit a very nice one. I'd probably sell that one on, to be honest. Not that I'd make a huge profit. If it was a home shirt, I mean, it'd be the kind I'd buy. Get a good look at it. I don't think I've ever had a Zeus shirt, so I'd like to see a Zeus shirt in person. Yeah, Liam, exactly, and we can see just you can see as I was googling some really interesting designs. I think of all the there's a few teams that work with Zeus. I mean, look at these ones here, pretty wild and kind of they've got something about them. It's fun to see the home, away, and third all have this similar motif, this similar pattern in different colorways. Yeah, so there you go. Zeus one to look out for. That's a fun little one. We didn't go for, of course, because it was a training shirt, but nice, nice to get a bit of a look at Zeus there. Great little Nottingham Forest kids gear. Look at that Umbro shirt. That is superb, isn't it? I mean that. There's a kind of, it looks like train tracks almost, that collar and cuff trim, but it's good. It's textbook work to have that. And of course the checkerboard jacquard subliminally throughout the body. Just a beautiful, beautiful Umbro shirt from the 80s. Really, really good. I've just lost. There we go. I was going to say I've just lost the live feed on my second screen. I don't want to lose that because I'll lose your comments. There we go. Right. Where were we? Where were we? Sheffield Wednesday, half zip. And again, just interesting to see. So, whenever I see stuff like this, and it's got bids, that just looks like just a very normal club item. But there we go. Seller based in Huddersfield. It turns out it's it's a charity page. Fair play to the charity, getting more money on eBay than I think they would through the shop. Thanks, John Carl. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was the stream or yeah, what happened there, but that's good. Bayern Munich. Okay, unofficial print. I was going to say, when I saw, this shirt, it had close, I thought, oh, this could be very good. As it turns out, there's unofficial print. I believe it's unofficial. It looks unofficial. But, I mean, if you're someone who can easily get rid of it, or, you're kind of done it before, it's not something I've ever really looked at. I know people do it, remove old name sets. I've never really tried myself. I'm sure there are ways of doing it, though. And to be fair, if you're picking up that shirt for 19 quid, and I think it's real, it looks real, the adidas logo checks out. Yeah, quite an underrated, quite a smart buying number. Bayern Munich shirts, so, they pop up quite a lot. But that's quite nice. Another Sheffield Wednesday top, and a Cardiff shirt here. Nothing to write home about particularly, but a fair price. A fair price indeed. Yeah, I didn't love that Puma template. Horrible fake there. Yeah. This is just someone who's listed. Well, they've called it a vintage Wolfsburg shirt. It's seemingly looks like an Adidas template, but it does have a flock on the back. This is a good opportunity. Again, we've only got a minute. It's another quick dash. What I want to see is this a Wolfsburg shirt potentially? Now, interestingly, yeah, this is funny. Someone has posted a picture on our football shirts of this exact same shirt. I mean, given the lack of info there, that's not filling me too much hope. Again, this isn't enough time really to do research with about a minute to go. You can see I'm just sort of typing in general terms. Let's just check. Let's just have a look at Wolfsburg. Again, we won't have time probably to. Yeah, no. I'll just go to the history here, trying to get some dates so we can see. Yeah, you can see. So this is actually quite interesting. In the 80s, they were in the equivalent of the third tier. So to be fair, this is the kind of shirt they probably would have had. I'm making a lot of big guesses here. There's no assumptions, but clearly they weren't in the top tier. They weren't going to get anything too bespoke. So actually, there's a chance this is, at least from my again 30 seconds of research. It's not enough time to establish. I wouldn't want to put a bid on without knowing more. It's quite a smart piece though. To be fair, unless it's obviously if it was just kind of later the name was added on, it's not great. But if it is from the 80s, really nice pickup. To be fair, it's just a very smart adidas template anyway, used by a number of international teams and club teams. Yeah, so there we go. Raghav, good evening, mate. Good evening. Yeah, guys, I hope, just again, sorry to mention the internet, but do let me know if I'm cutting out. I've noticed it's been a bit stuttery on my second screen, so if it's cutting out, just send me a message on the chat, and that'll be good. Loads of auctions happening tonight, guys. Loads of auctions. Those are kind of nice little auctions. This Sunderland shirt, quite a smart Umbo template. I like this one, to be honest. The sponsor's pretty naff. Having Boyle duplicated there on the logo, and then the word mark is a bit nasty, but yeah, fair price there on a Sunderland shirt. Thanks, Enrique. Yeah, I don't really know there's so much I can do here. It's showing as connected, but yeah, I'm hoping it will improve. And Raghav says, "Oh, that's black and white. Nothing better screams West Germany." Yeah, indeed. The most quintessentially German look. An interesting show here from I don't recognise the team, but a Tunisian team. Let's have a look. Étoile Sportive du Sahel. Who play in? I assume I don't know if that's the top division. But anyway, this show here, just another kind of reasonable auction here. Lots of auctions in the kind of sub £10 range. There's some good bargains to be had tonight. This isn't one we'll go for, but yeah, just reasonable shirt for a team that you probably won't see many shirts for. That's quite a scary description, isn't it? But there's the customer you're. Yeah, honestly, just if you're looking for a sub £10 purchase, okay, there's £4 delivery, but yeah. It's like that's the one thing with mystery boxes. I understand them, and I think they have their place. Don't get me wrong, but you can pick up for the price of mystery box. You can pick up a lot of good stuff. Of course, you've then got to have the patience to go through, and that understandably isn't what people want to do. But yeah, there's stuff to be found. Elliot says, "Hi, Phil. Love the content." Thank you, Elliot. That's really really kind to hear, mate. Caught up in your Hot Wall episode 3. And you were critical, or not just with collars, so I was just curious if you could give some examples of collars you like. That is a good question, Elliot. Yeah, so my main gripes are things like one button collars. For whatever reason, John Carter's first one, everybody drink. Exactly. Oh gosh, quite an early one as well tonight. Sorry, Ellie, go back to your question. Collars I like. That's a very good question. Broadly speaking, I'm a fan of collars if they are what I'll call a quote unquote proper collar, i.e., not just one button but a couple of buttons on the placket, the bit where the buttons go. I'd want to see a couple of buttons if you're going down that route. But in terms of collars that are good, honestly, I'm trying to think of specific shirts. Nothing's coming to mind, but maybe as you go through. I mean, so here we go. If we look at this, is a polo shirt, isn't it, a shirt? If I was to evaluate this collar, it's a bit kind of open neck for me. I'm not a big fan. Although the length of the actual collar bit, if we can call it a bit, the flappy bit is pretty solid. It's pretty decent. That is a polo shirt though, so it doesn't really count. But yeah, Elliot, I'll have a look as we go through. Let's look at this again, just based on the collar. This classic Arsenal shirt. I think on this one, again, that's a bit better than Lee's example. The just a little bit of a V. That's not too bad, but that's good. There's absolutely no problems with that. It adds a lot to this particular shirt. The thickness of that collar bit, the flappy bit, is just about right. I'd say if it was a bit thinner, it would look a bit funny. Any thicker than that, you're verging in kind of overly retro territory. So I've probably not answered your question, but I think this is a good blueprint. Or if you could go for buttons, have a couple there. That's my take, Elliot. But yeah, I'd love to hear more. I'd love to hear what you think. Or as we go through the hot wall, which Elliot did mention, we will. No doubt we'll see some more colours and we'll see what we can find. I'm sure we can find a good collared shirt. Liam says on the subject of mystery boxes, I picked one from CMS and was left pretty disappointed. Never heard of the team, which I didn't mind, but couldn't find the shirt on Google. And a giant stain in it. That is a big shame, Liam. Sorry to hear about that experience. I mean, unfortunately, mystery boxes. I think in many ways they have their place. I would say for a lot of collectors, they don't make sense. If you're someone who's maybe starting out, or you're relatively new to the scene, I think they can be quite good. But that is a bit of a shame, especially the stain. That is a bit of a shame to see. Not a big fan of that move from Classic. I was actually gonna buy a box, but then I picked up the box union shirt, so I didn't really have much cash to drop at the time. But yeah, in terms of the shirt though, if you can't identify Liam, I'm sure I could help. Share something on Twitter or DM me. I can probably give you a hand. Just looking at this amateur, according to the seller, Dutch amateur shirt. A lot of interesting features here, not least the fact that you've got almost 4 stripes there, haven't you? Not just 3 stripes. And they look thinner than the Adidas template that had a similar look. You've got stripes on the sleeves as well. Of course, the Adidas logo on the quote-unquote wrong side. Huh. Very unusual. So even though this is an unbranded or rather a non-team specific shirt, when you got a bid at 20 quid, which shows you the kind of appeal of these slightly wacky template shirts. Pretty cool, honestly. Pretty cool. I don't think I'd go for it, but if you're into that sort of thing, pretty crazy. And football shirt colour says the best colour is on the Italy 2007 shirt. Now I can't remember that off the top of my head. So let's have a look. Now I'm just looking here. I don't know if you're referring to this one. The away shirt. Sorry. Okay. Honestly, I like the collar, but I don't like this section of the shirt. But I think again that collar, like the Arsenal one, is a good size. But it's just that's not to my taste. But no, solid offering for football shirt colours. That's for sure. And Leo says, yeah, I picked it up for the excitement of not knowing. Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing mystery boxes bring. For what it's worth, I think there's some boxes which I think are better than others. So I did. If you want to find some recommendations on Twitter, I did post a few. Just great. This drill top as well. Drill tops like this, very collectible. Often go for a lot of money. If this was in an adult size, you'd be looking at potentially, well, yeah, you'd see that on CFS for 3 figures, wouldn't you? But yeah, even in a U size, that's very, very nice. Look at that. Stunning example from Adidas. And Umbro had a lot of good drill tops as well. Not necessarily the most comfortable things to wear, but I think if you're into kind of retro gear, this sort of stuff is absolutely brilliant. I mean, just whilst we're here, I'm going to just search drill top. Now, there's not tons on here. And if we do auctions, there'll be even fewer. Of course, a lot of new stuff, which makes sense. But yeah, if you do see any retro stuff that comes up, it can be pretty nice. Pretty nice. John Carl says, Mission, what did you pay for the entertainment value, not the collective value? Yeah, exactly. You pay for that, and I think you know you're not going to get most of the time. You're not going to get a shirt equivalent value to what you spent the box on, but the best boxes are the ones where you know you're getting shirts which you can't usually get otherwise. So I think of something like Bundesliga boxes, who do a great service of picking up German shirts that you can't otherwise get in this country most of the time. So I think their service is great. Football kit box as well. I've done some great things over the years, sourcing shirts that are otherwise quite hard to find. Mystery football jerseys as well, similar story. They often pick up good shirts that, again, you're not easily able to find just, on an M&M Direct, that kind of thing. And then he says, also, thanks for the answers, mate. Even educated me on collar design terms such as the flappy bit. Oh, don't. That was, I didn't even try, did I? Because I love to use the word placket, because as soon as I figured out what that meant, I like to throw that one in. But I'm not, honestly, composition of a collar. Now, if we look on Google, collar parts, here we go. That doesn't help particularly, does it? Full. I'm not going to call it a full. Top collar. I don't really know. Again, this is the content I'm sure you all came to see tonight. Yeah, that's also not really helping. Maybe I'm missing here. Bands, yeah, okay. Roll, yes. I guess it is just the collar. I think that's where we're ending up with, isn't it? It's just the collar is the flappy bit. It says the collar chat got way more depth than I was anticipating. Hey, that is that's how we do things here. Dear. Back to reality. We've always been in reality, but back to what you came here for. Addy says, I have a USA chill top from the early 90s. Looks amazing, but too big for me. Oh, man. I can imagine that looking very good, Andy. Hey, even if you don't wear it, you can still enjoy it. This Tottenham shirt, very interesting. Design from Under Armour. Under Armour kind of short-lived. Well, I say short-lived. They were with Spurs for quite a few years, but they didn't really kick on from there. But this design, very kind of pretty crazy in terms of the kind of paneling there. There's a lot going on. It's pretty bold from Under Armour. And this is the women's fit. And I don't know, did Spurs... I'm just going to check if this was bespoke to the women's team or not. I thought I'd seen the men's team in this, but maybe I haven't. Maybe I'm thinking of another Under Armour design. Yeah, no, there was their away shirt as well from 2015. The men's team, I mean, so... yeah. So, someone picked up there. For a very fair price. I like it. I kind of think the Under Armour shirts are, dare I say, they've aged pretty well. And Joker says it was the 90s, the shirt's supposed to be too big. Yep, that is true, Oh dear. Another amateur shirt here. Incidentally, that logo in the middle, this is a bit of football shirt trivia, but the kind of, what I really love that I think it's a G with the triangle. Fellow Norwegian team, Rosenborg, had some amazing shirts, and many of you will remember these shirts from the late 90s. I would love to own a shirt with this logo. I've not seen many of these about, and the ones that I have seen before have been quite expensive. But it's just such a great logo. Kind of looks like it's got a very almost Tron vibe. It's very, very cool. Anyway, I just recognised that. Sorry, just cracked my neck. I recognised that little logo there. But anyway, if you see a Rosenborg shirt, I'll be very happy. And Andy says, I've just bought this Timber shirt. Is that this one, Andy? Okay. I assume it's this one you talk about. I mean, these are so fascinating. These shirts. Look at the number placement on the right on the heart, over the heart there, and even the sponsor is this kind of embroidered patch. It's a fascinating shirt. It looks in good nick as well. I really think these shirts do, and you can see it very much like the pro shirt. So the Liverpool shirt of this kind of template has the same stitched 3 stripes. So in terms of quality, it's the same as the kind of the pro shirts, but just with these really kind of wacky features. I think it's really cool. So honestly, yeah, I like it, Andy. For 20 quid, you could do a lot worse. That's for sure. I think they're really fun. The condition's great. Yeah, as I say, that logo immediately reminded me of Rosenborg. I'd be interested to know if that's like a subsidiary of the sponsor or whatever the story is there. Really cool. Well, this is who do you support? I'm a Liverpool supporter, Monty, but I have a lot of kind of other affiliations, if we can use that phrase. So I live in Huddersfield in the UK, so I'm quite fond of Huddersfield. I'm enjoying watching a bit of them this season. But I'm from Southend, so Southend United are my home teams. There's a few English teams that I kind of follow. Elsewhere, there's teams kind of in Europe and beyond that I like to kind of keep an eye on. I wouldn't go far as saying I'm a supporter, but teams like Valencia, I've always had a fondness for. Boca Juniors, and I've mentioned on a few videos about collecting Boca Juniors shirts. And even a few more obscure ones like Freiburg in Germany. Again, I've collected a few of their shirts over the years, and they're also having a great year in the Bundesliga. But Enriquez is saying, let's go with Yo. I hate to say it. I don't even own. I don't think I've ever owned an Atletico shirt. An Atletico Mineiro shirt, I should say. Even the map shirt, even the Manto de Massa. Interesting combo here. You don't often see a bundle, both in large. Now, to be fair, the stripes, you can see there's quite a bit of damage on those stripes. It's a real shame on the black shirt, because that shirt alone is quite a fun one. I love, in this era, how Adidas tapered the 3 stripes. Bromby says, full check on set. I don't really have a Danish team, despite having a lot of fondness for Hummel, of course, and Danish teams. Yeah, maybe I need to commit to a Danish team. The black shirt I think it's quite cool. Unfortunately, that damage is a bit. Well, at least I'm pretty sure it wasn't like that. I'm going to double check it wasn't a distress look, but it looks like damage. But as I'm saying that, I want to just confirm my suspicions. Yes, the third shirt. You can see the solid stripes. That makes sense. So I mean, I think were it not for the damage, I'd be tempted. I'd probably want to stick in an offer, but it's not a bad price. Again, the damage, sure, that's. But for two shirts in large, yeah, not so bad. Not so bad. Baz, good to see you. It's been a couple of episodes, as you say. Yeah, you've missed a couple of full scores because you've been working off tonight due to COVID. Sorry to you got COVID, Baz, but I hope it's not too severe. I hope you're able to come through that all okay. Thanks for stopping by there, mate. Guys, I say this every time, but it really does just like, what's the word? I was gonna say warm my heart. That sounds incredibly cheesy. But genuinely, seeing so many of you guys, even if you just pop in and say hi, it means so much. It really does. And as John Carl says there, get well soon, Baz. Get well soon, mate. But no, I really love this, just this little opportunity just to chat. I think we're building something really cool here. Just a little community. There's not really much to it apart from just, come and hang out and chat with some fellow football shirt nerds. I was just going to mention Schalke, of course, been in the news a lot this week. And fair play to them for some of the things they've been doing. Not least walking away from the Gazprom deal, which was a major sponsorship deal that they effectively have brought back on. And fair play to them. And they played in shirts the weekend with the team name on the front. Match warrants of those are going to be incredibly valuable, certainly very collectible if they are auctioning them off. I mean, they should, I think, if they can. Good on Schalke, and indeed many other teams who have that's a second job, who have done something similar. Another Schalke shirt there. And just more there, going back to your comment saying, I actually affiliate myself with a few teams as well. Yeah, I like it. I think that's the way to go. I think if you could see any league in the world, I mean, I mentioned Denmark, I didn't have a Danish team, but a lot of leagues in the world, there's at least kind of, a team I'd enjoy following somewhat. Carl, good to see you, mate. Any decent finds? Well, one which we enjoyed, Carl, was one that Andy picked up in chat. And if I can just find that for us now, where can I go? Recently viewed. Here we go. Not these brackets, which we were using in the kitchen recently. So some of the favourite finds, I'll just pick them out, Carl, whilst you're here. This amateur team shirt, which we talked about quite a bit. Some really fun features, and we talked about Rosenborg shirts having this sponsor, or the top portion of the sponsor there. Also talked a bit about drill tops. Again, this is just really nice. It's a youth size, but just as an item, really, really smart. And otherwise, again, just lots of solid pickups, but nothing we've bid on as of yet. But hey, it's still time. We've still got half an hour. Love this Sweden shirt. I think that looks like unofficial printing, but just an excellent shirt from the Taylor Barnborough era. Price is fairly high. I wouldn't, I'm sure you could get it cheaper, to be honest, but really, really good shirt. Has anyone selling the new AOK Royal Edition on eBay for a ludicrous price? Yeah, there almost certainly will be. Baz. Yeah, incidentally, so was it last year or the year before? I think it was last year. I went in for the AOK shirt from the club site, and I was going to ship it to a friend in Germany. That fell through, which I was gutted about because I actually got through, the kind of first, what I thought was the first stage of checking out, and eventually that fell through. Otherwise, I've never had an AOK shirt, despite how good they are, how interesting they are. But yeah, Football Shirt Connoisseur mentions that he's getting one. So, kind of vicariously through him, I'll have to enjoy this shirt, I think. Just as well, really, really like this Chelsea typeface. I think they used it for a few seasons This is great. Just as a pickup, long sleeve. Just a pretty. I don't love the collar on this Chelsea shirt. It's a bit wide, but yeah, assuming that's real, I think that's quite smart. Quite a good price as well, especially with printing. And again, I think cup typefaces have something about them. There's something very. I think from a collectability perspective as well, they're quite nice. I think were this with the Premier League typeface, it's just a bit less interesting, at least to me. And sure, some club typefaces aren't very nice, but if you get a good one, and if it's bespoke to the club, I think that is really good. Thierry says Chalobah is Kit Fixes on Twitter. Oh, okay, nice. I'm trying to think who Kit Fix is because from memory I don't actually know. I can't think who he is, but oh yeah, they've got a few good ones here. So I've got a Chelsea shirt with Rudiger on the back. Does he restore kit? I'm guessing he restores kits as well by his name. Great Belgium shirt there as well. Yes, really good Chelsea shirts they were printing. All the auctions ended in about a day. Nice, very nice. And he says Taylor Barber was so nice. They really were. I think one of the best kind of stints I can think of from a brand ever from a football shirt perspective. The quality, the designs, just absolutely outstanding from a brand, and many good shirts to enjoy. Yeah, really, really good. We looked at that Template shirt before. This, of course, is the Liverpool shirt of broadly the same Template. Yeah, the away version of this is one of my favourite shirts that I've got. Or certainly probably my favourite Liverpool shirt that I own. I don't have many Liverpool shirts, despite being a Liverpool supporter, but yeah, I really like the away. And this one here, to be fair, that price is good. The condition here looks pretty good all round. Bit of kind of wear consistent with age, but yeah, really, really good one. And still an hour 45 to go, but if that ends anywhere under 3 figures, that is, I'd say, below market value. So that's pretty good. Just catch up with your comments. Enrique, too many kit accounts on Twitter. I get them all mixed up. Exactly. What are they all doing? Why are they on Twitter? Can't they just leave it to the people who got there first? I joke, of course. But yeah, there's a lot of accounts. I do laugh as well how often you get the kind of same accounts. Sorry, the same names on different accounts even, which is quite funny. Full kit here. This full Liverpool shirt. Quite a nice one, to be honest. And yeah. I don't know what the going rate is for this shirt, and I'd have to double check its authenticity, but I think the best thing about this is the shorts. Look at the placement of the adidas logo. Very, very cool. The way those shorts mirror the shirt with the 3 stripes in green reflecting the 3 stripes in white on the shirt. One of the best shirt-short combos ever. Just for how they tie in, I think visually it's so nice. It's one of those where the shorts add so much. Just brilliant. And a great rain jacket. We mentioned about drill tops, and on a similar line, this jacket is brilliant. The price isn't bad. Again, you'd probably obviously it's not got any bids in mind. Go without bids, but I think given if it's in a good size, yeah, it's in a size large. So honestly, isn't that much more. You'd want to be something close to 100. But if it was on CFS, you'd be paying that, I'm sure. Football Sugar, so what's the history of the English shirt with the red logo that you quickly scroll past? I missed your comment, Football Sugar, and that was 4 minutes ago. Sorry, we could go back though. Another drill top. This is the same seller. Yeah. I'm just gonna look at the seller again. The prices. This is clearly someone who kind of knows. He's pricing it kind of at market value, pretty much, if not a bit more. Yeah, if not a little bit more. But to be fair, I mean, some of the stuff on here is absolutely brilliant. I'd love to get some of this training gear. These prices, let's put out my. Oh, look at this sweatshirt. So good, guys. Again, it's a real shame. This is, yeah, unfortunately, this sort of stuff is expensive. Not that expensive, or at least I'm not going to be going in for it. But, one day. Maybe I should just sell some of my collection, as I often encourage everyone to do. Yeah, Andy, exactly. You just saying this little because there's a lot of stuff from that era. So I'm just going to go back to just because we won't be able to bid on it tonight. But this sort of stuff is just absolute class. Chunky 3 stripes, interesting placements. Like, isn't it? It's so cool that Adidas just experimented, and they were so much more interesting in this area. You've got just some great stuff, and you can see on the newer stuff as we go through how just vanilla it looks. Again, some really nice, yeah. I mean, I've talked a lot about Adidas in the past, what they need to do to get back to their best, and it's stuff like this. It's stuff where you've got, and I know there's branding restrictions which prohibit this, but they can get around that. Look at all this. There's a shell sitting there. This seller has some great stuff. Again, the prices unfortunately are kind of, fairly high, but I think they're kind of like CFS prices, maybe a bit less than CFS. They're not unbelievable. I don't think that they're being completely out of market value there. Just catch up with the comments again. Carl says just picked up Italy's 2020 Keepers third shirt in the sales. Great to collect all Italy 2020 shirts. Nice, very nice. Which is the Keepers? What colour is the Keepers third shirt, Carl? Which one is that? But that's a great pickup. Enrique says 2 attached to my collection. Can't sell any, but I have no space left. Yeah, that is a classic problem. I think when you reach that stage, the answer is to make more space. And yeah, John Goss is tired of seeing 3 down stripe on Inspired Kit Designs. That's it. I just think, and you can see it with some of the MLS kits. There's some great pattern work, and broadly speaking, the MLS kits are in a much better place than they were a few years ago. Oh yeah, sorry. That's been another 15 minutes. But yeah, when it comes to the uses of the 3 straps, it's so tight, it's so predictable that it's not worth. It's honestly, I don't think it's worth picking up. Now, this AK shirt, at first glance, is very exciting. It's player issue. The swoosh doesn't look bad, but without the product code, guys, and this almost immediately tells me it's fake because they haven't. Maybe they don't know. I'm going to try and message the seller because if they can show us the product code and we can Google it and it is correct, this is a really good potential pickup. But it just screams fake to me. But I want to check out. I will try and contact the seller and just say, talk about, ask if they can. Hi, could you send some more pictures of the internal labels, please? Many thanks. And they've only got 2 hours to go, but yeah, if we get some pictures there, I think that could be a potential. If it's real, that's excellent, and that is worth more than that, certainly. I think it's probably fake. And you can even think that the folded sponsor don't fill me with much hope. But you never know. Sometimes people just don't. Yeah, sometimes people don't know, and they just take a picture of this because they don't know that underneath that is another label. Enrique says like shirts from around 2018 all the same. Yep, the same. Very standard template. But the thing which elevates this for me is the crest. Even the little detail on the back. The colourway is great as well. But again, I think it's probably fake. But we'll see. You never know. Hopefully, it'd be nice if they can reply it on the stream. I don't know if they will. But yeah. I'll let you know if it is real and we do pick it up, of course. Bass is interested if anyone else will see the Bohemian Bob Marley shirts if anyone ordered one. Oh yeah, I would like to do that as well. Yeah. I've not seen many pictures. I've not seen any pictures online of anyone receiving them, but that would be really cool to see. Custom Colourblind, I think it's maroon. Colourblind is always great for collecting shirts. Indeed, Carl. No, I think I know the one you're referring to. That's cool. Very nice pickup. Oh, Liam with a great question. What else are they selling? That is a good question. There, good. That's the. What was I going to say? A good way of. I'm really butchering my words here. When you investigate if someone is a fake seller, looking at their other items is a good identifier. Now they've got a small number of items. Reviews. But 100% feedback, that's good. Now, this is the other thing. I actually look at this quite positively. You've got a very random selection. This screams genuine seller in terms of the fact that you've got random, Uniqlo items. I'm a big fan of Uniqlo as well, for what it's worth. But honestly, those items, it's a bit random. There's a few things that are kind of high value, and I think, oh yeah, if you were going to sell fakes, you might want to sell some fake shoes. But honestly, when I see that, But then that doesn't mean this isn't a fake. Don't get me wrong. Because of course they could have picked it up from anywhere, and it could just be fake. But that actually, I look at that more positively than if it was tons of football shirts that I'm a bit ambiguous about. As Enrique says, get some gloves while you're at it. Size 6. I don't know what a size 6 is equivalent. Again, let's just have a look. Women's glove sizes. I think that might be a bit small, to be honest. Yeah, a glove size 6, according to densegloves.com. Yeah. Extra small. That's not going to cut it. Riddleman, good evening, mate. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're well. How are you doing? John Cast, you're 2 points behind. You know what? I'm going to grab a beer after this stream. Yeah. It's Tuesday. Got to motivate our way through the week. So a bit of a beer and put my feet up sounds good in a bit. As we continue as well, I just want to say for anyone who didn't catch the start of the stream, I'm sending my magazine, and that is coming very soon. So you can go back and check the start. I did a bit of a hands-on preview of the mag, and I shared some stuff on Twitter, of course, this week. But I'm really excited for you guys to see that. You can get it either as a supporter on Patreon or directly. There'll be details coming very soon on that. But yeah, it's exciting times. And yeah, just thank you to you guys. Even if you're just a regular viewer, I say just, that's not to put you down. If you're a regular viewer, you've contributed certainly to me being able to even think about putting the magazine together. So thank you. Scrolling through some higher value stuff. I'd love to get this Huddersfield shirt, but that price is pretty high. Although it looks like it's all badged up, which is pretty cool. But yeah, no, not something I'm kind of looking for at that price. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, I living in Huddersfield. I've been here over 10 years now, so they're kind of certainly an adopted team. Oh, Book of Genius. What have we got here? Again, a bit kind of out of my budget for tonight, but quite smart. Now, seller's saying here it's match worn. Yep, if they've got proof of that, that's pretty cool. Even if they don't, it looks like quite a smart shirt anyway. Some good shots of the details there. Yeah, very nice. Thank you, Baz. Thank you. Saying, oh yes, Soulbound magazine. Congratulations. I'll definitely be grabbing a copy. Yeah, I think it should be really fun. I'm looking forward to getting that out there and just to hear the feedback. Yeah, some great Pochettino stuff here. It's all, unfortunately, it's assuming it's real. It's really good, but yeah, it's out of my price range at the moment. Let's go have a look. Baltic football. Now this is interesting. Based in Estonia, it says, but then the shipping is from Brazil. Huh. A lot of shirts. Yeah, too many to go through. The prices are pretty high. Another one of these sellers who kind of knows what they want to charge and kind of putting it on for market value. So less opportunity to get a bargain with those sorts of sellers. But if you're after a particular shirt and you haven't been able to find it elsewhere, you can get some good stuff from those kind of guys. Seamus says, I feel, just putting on for a quick card, I look forward to watching about later. Thank you, bro. I hope you enjoy rewatching it, and it means a lot to, for you to pop over. Thank you for doing that. And he says, Vasco. I missed the Vasco shirt. I've been a bit quick with my scrolling through tonight, missing a lot of good stuff. This Japan shirt, which I think we made an offer, didn't we? Which was below the list price. I do like these sorts of t-shirts, even though they're not particularly worth it. A football balls bundle. Now that's something I've not seen before. Incidentally, and I didn't actually know this before, I had a job previous to when I was a freelancer working for a company called footy.com. There was a guy there who was basically an expert in balls and boots. And he educated me on the different versions you get of footballs. And I can tell you here, just from these pictures, that these are the kind of cheaper versions, what are often called the takedown versions. So they're not the pro versions. And you can see that by the stitched panels. That basically means that they're worth a lot less than the bonded panels of the top tier balls. Those ones would be worth a lot more. As this, if they were those pro versions, the top tier versions, and I think they're all like the takedown or lower tier versions, then this would be a great bundle. As is, that's not worth it. And it's a similar thing with boots. You have varying tiers, often 3 or 4 tiers of boots. So we're used to replica and player issue when it comes to shirts, but other gear often has even more kind of levels. So it's something to be aware of if you're into that sort of stuff. I mean, if you're into it, you probably know that already. But if you're maybe taking your first steps into that world, good to don't just see the design and think, oh, that's a great one. I remember that ball or whatever. It might not be as good a deal as it looks like. Yeah, John Carr said he could be drop shipping from the site he buys from. That, yeah, that makes sense. In reference to the seller before. Middleman says, do you have any Mexican side jerseys, Phil? I do, Middleman. I've got, what have I got? A couple of Club America shirts. I sold it actually, but I had the great Star Wars Club Tijuana shirt as well. What else have I got from Mexico? I'm sure I've got 1 or 2 others, but yeah, I've not got many from Mexico, but there's some good ones out there, and I've been really enjoying the work of Charlie. I mentioned the Club Tijuana one. they're certainly a manufacturer. I think on the rise. So I'm excited to see more of their stuff, and I was impressed with the quality of the ones. Enrique said top tier boots are amazing. They are. One of the things I got when I was at Footy actually was a pair of top tier Nike Phantom Visions or Venoms. One of the Phantom boots. Anyway, they're a little bit too small for me, but they're absolutely stunning. I've just got them on the shelf. That's why I'm looking up there. But yeah, really, really stunning. I would never pay the price for them new. I don't play football enough to justify that. But yeah, really cool to see. And again, the kind of stuff which I wouldn't have thought, I wouldn't have noticed before. How good is this Brentford shirt? Now, of course, it's Hubble. I don't need to tell you, sorry, why that is a good thing. Amazing pattern. Even the sponsor's quite good there. And the old Brentford logo, which is very charming. It's very kind of Pro Evo, generic club badge vibes. Quite the bidding war going for it at the moment, which tells you something of the value of the shirt. The condition is brilliant. I mean, even though the inside label looks almost as good as new. Just a wonderful shirt. I'm going to watch it just to see what it goes for in the end. It could easily get to 200, I'm sure, if not more. Just a great shirt. Sometimes on these eBay streams, you just have to appreciate these shirts, which I'm not going to be able to enter in a bidding war for, but really, really like that. I mean, I have a feeling this pattern was used in other teams, but I may be wrong on that. It just looks familiar to me. And it's kind of funny that the pattern almost has an Adidas vibe, doesn't it? It's almost like 3 blocks of 3 stripes, which is kind of funny to me, but that's great. Just a beautiful shirt, in great condition. Wonderful. Even though I'm not a Brentford fan, I you know, if I saw that and I had the funds and it was on a good price, you'd you know, snap someone's fingers off for that. Mickey said KLM sponsored. I never knew that happened. Yeah, I think KLM sponsored 1 or 2 seasons, but I may be wrong on that. But yeah, quite a cool one. Yeah, exactly. It's got an Ajax away feel. This is Mega Gnome. Exactly. That's the vibe, isn't it? Very much like the recent away shirt. Just going back to it. Very much like that. So that's a really good comparison. It's just great. It's such a good shirt. I mean, I don't think it's my favourite Hummel shirt, but that's, you know, even a bad Hummel shirt is usually an excellent shirt overall. So it's really cool. Really, really cool. Let's do a bit more searching. We'll see what we can find. I've noticed a few that we've seen on a few weeks appear, a few listings that are regulars on the Phil's Corner Football Shirt Hunting streams. But nothing that's made us pull the trigger yet. But we're going to keep going. We're going to be patient. Sometimes, I mean, you get a lot of this stuff which is just completely forgettable. Interesting. Yet another item which is not a match shirt, but has been getting some good bids. This is a great leisure wear piece. The kind of stuff which is aged very well. The way that Umbro stylized the letters there within the kind of diamond shape is just absolutely brilliant. Masterclass of design. We mentioned tailored by Umbro, but Umbro were good as well in the 90s, not just tailored by Umbro. Wonderful. And yeah, again, get some action there. Seems like a fair price. I'd assume you'd be paying over double that from CFS or something like that. Just jumping back as well. Joe Carl said, how many bidders? Are they newbies or do they know the bidding tricks? Is that in reference to the Brentford Shirt, John Carl? Sorry, I missed what you're referring to there. Now, I don't remember ever seeing this Ranger shirt again. Taylor Brumbo, we mentioned them a few times. We mentioned number a few times. I don't remember ever seeing this Ranger shirt. I'm going to go to football shirts. Ramgas. Terrible attempt at spelling there. Yeah, I just want to see. Oh yeah, so 2012. It showed up here. Quite smart, honestly. Yeah, so quite an interesting item. I don't know how rare these were, but it's a medium, which is a good size. So that honestly potentially a really good pickup. Again, you'd want to do some research to figure out a bit more about if the shirt, if the shirt was readily, widely available, it might not actually be hard to find. But to be honest, even if it was, made kind of available at wholesale and not limited edition, that kind of thing, it's still a good price. Of course, a good rise in 14 hours, but oh, okay. It's like clockwork, guys. Every 15 minutes. Oh man, I am yawning tonight. Catch up in the comments as well. Miniman says, what do you guys think of the website Cold Kits? Yeah, I've done a lot of work with Cold Kits in the past. They're one of the bigger sites, so I think like a lot of big sites, and I'm thinking of your classic football shirts, your vintage football shirts, you are often paying a bit more than market value for a lot of stuff, simply because they can afford to charge more. But as another plus point, you get a much wider range of shirts, and there's stuff on there which you can't get anywhere else. I really like Cold Kits because I think they do a good job of offering good stuff in clearance. So just the other day on Twitter, I mentioned there was a great Club America deal on a really nice third shirt from a couple of years ago. So in short, I like Cold Kits. I think, again, some stuff you're pretty best going elsewhere, but for a lot of stuff, it is actually one of the best places to go. I think, they have a really good selection, as I say. Yeah, so a bit expensive often, but if you can find either a good deal or a shirt you can't get anywhere else, go for it. Yeah. Just jumping back to your comments again. I've done a terrible job of keeping up tonight. Boxes, two thoughts. Can you talk about your Faith and Shirt project and thoughts about MLS kits? Maybe you could do an MLS video. Yeah. So thank you for mentioning, Brock. The Faith in the shirt is an exhibition I'm running in a couple of weeks. So not this Saturday, but the Saturday after. So it's coming up very soon. And in a couple of senses, my church that I go to, we're putting on a series of events, and this one is one that I'm kind of running. It's going to have an exhibition of football shirts from my collection, some of my rarest shirts. And there's going to be a small pop-up shop as well of football shirts, of course. You can also buy the magazine as well. I have some copies of more than the shirt there. And I'll be giving a short talk talking about my faith and football shirts and how those two kind of interlink and stuff. So I'm really excited to do that. It'll be fun just to have a physical event as well. If you are around the Huddersfield area, pop by it. It's a free event. I'll be sharing some more details. I did tweet about it a couple of weeks ago, but I'll be sharing the details again. But yeah, if you can get to Huddersfield, or you're in Huddersfield even, come along. Come and say hi. And it should be a really fun evening. As I say, the exhibition should be really good as well. So yeah, thank you for mentioning that, Brock. Yeah, I hope it'd be great to meet some of you guys in person there. And I think it'll be really fun. So and MLS kits, I think that is a topic for a video, isn't it? When we will come to them soon. I say soon, it might be a few weeks, but when we come to them in the hot wall in the episode where we look at MLS kits, I'll be giving some more thoughts on that. That'll probably be the next time I'll talk about it at length, I should say. Look at the bubbling on that. That is you're crying out to use some sort of lid roller or similar on that. But yeah, as I say, thanks for mentioning the event though, Brock. That will be really fun. Yeah, it'd be good to see you guys there if you can make it. And Baz saying, depends on what you get in middle round and reference to Colt kits. I don't need to say the most frustrating thing with Colt is that when you buy something full price, then within a few weeks it's off much less. Yeah, it's that experience you get with similarly with Classic, isn't it? They always have these kind of 20% sales. the amount of times that someone buys something and you see days later, there's a big sale. Oh, yeah. Oh, the frequency between yawns is, the time between yawns is decreasing. I think it's going to have to be time to call it a night soon. And again, I've been very slow catching up with the comments, but John Carl, I see, so reference to the high number of bids, newbies tend to run up the bidding. Experienced bidders might test the waters, but wait to the end. Very true, very true. I think the temptation, I still do it now. You want to stick in the bids, you want to kind of be, keep on top of the notifications, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's absolutely true. Patience is key, and there's no reason to bid early. If you can, make sure you keep some sort of alarm, maybe, because I do find the email notifications tend to be a little bit hit and miss sometimes. That's much better than running up the price for no reason. That is for sure. And he says, any Oxford fans in the chat, sorry, it's game over now, Poppy on the move. Oh, good to hear that they're Portsmouth are doing good things. Andy, for your sake anyway. Yeah, just Baz mentioned the cold kits and middleman. Yeah, cold kits, they're excellent. I've never personally had a problem with authenticity from them. Yeah, so I think they're honestly a solid source when it comes to kits, I would say. Just looking at this shot, I don't know if this is real. I have a feeling it isn't, or at least I want to Google some codes there. I mean, yeah, I'll check that out a bit later actually and see, just to double check. Yeah, Enrique said a few times I've had to wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m. for eBay bids. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, I don't have it too bad living in the UK. Often the auctions tend to be fairly sociable, but yeah, it does happen. It does happen. Right, I think we'll finish on this page. We'll see if we can get anything else. You mentioned Under Armour earlier. The Kappa era as well from Spurs had some interesting kits. This is one of the more plain ones, but I do think this Kappa template is quite fun. It's not, of course, you've got to be careful with sizing Kappa shirts, but this one wasn't too bad in terms of sizing. A little bit tight, but yeah, potentially a good pick up there. Certainly the price is reasonable, a reasonable starting point. Could be a good one if you're into Spurs shirts. And this is great. I mean, I'd want to verify the authenticity of this one, but a memorable Lotto template. Kesman as well. quite a name set. Fully badged up, all the way from Hong Kong. So delivery is pretty high. I'd want to check this was real. I've got some kind of concerns given the price. It seems a bit too good to be true. So that I'd want to do some research, but I think I'm going to watch it just for interest's sake to see what it goes for. If it does go for anything, but yeah, very interesting. Nickerson looks like the owner folded it 200 times. Yeah, that is a problem for sure. This just not going to win this, but this whale shirt, that colorway was something, wasn't it? And this is an XXXL Kappa. You wouldn't, looking at that, maybe an XL. Would not have guessed it was a triple XL. Gotta love Kappa. Another remake shirt getting bids. This could be that people don't know that this is a remake, or a fake. It depends. It could be either or, but certainly that tag obviously is a giveaway. But yeah, just funny to see this stuff get bids. Yeah, the Serbia Montenegro, honestly, yeah, from all the teams of 2006, Serbia and Montenegro were one of the most kind of. I remember them the most just because it was kind of the kits, the Lotto kits, really stood out to me at the time. It's very classic Lotto template. Many teams had it. Now, a while ago, I mentioned that I was quite keen to pick up a Go Ahead Eagle shirt, and lo and behold, we have the Go Ahead Eagle shirt. Now, this isn't my favourite Go Ahead Eagle shirt, but I potentially will be bidding on this. 50 quid. Now, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. But then at the same time, I'm just checking out this seller quickly. Interesting selection of stuff. Yeah, their shirts don't come up often. I think I'll do a bit of research. Now, I think given the price, it's not like a definite bid. I'm going to slap in a bid straight away. I think, yeah, but in short, I really want a Go Ahead Eagle shirt for the collection. Unfortunately, 2XL is a bit of a dampener. That pretty much rules it out for me. But it's reminded me anyway to do some research. I'm really keen. Go Ahead Eagles. It's funny. I'm sure a lot of us have teams like this where they were my football manager team. Like a team I'd love to just choose a football manager and play with. I just thought the name was absolutely hilarious. I think it's great. But of course they had Hummel as well, so they had some really good shirts. I mean, just quickly, I'll just show you a little bit of the history. Again, I've got so much time. And the colours as well, the yellow and red. They're just really fun, honestly. Yeah, I mean, they're not even necessarily the best looking shirts. They're missing out some of the good ones though. But, you had just a selection of Hummel designs. Again, pretty kind of clunky in parts. Some of that, it's pretty funny. But yeah, this was a pretty mad one. In hindsight, it would have been a good one to collect because it is absolutely headache-inducing, this kind of tartan vibe. But a lot of time for Go Ahead Eagles. Unfortunately, the size I think pretty much rules out for me. But if had it been LOL, that price actually might have been something I'd go for. But that's just the thing. I've been looking at for a while for Go Ahead Eagles shirts. So the search may continue. But it's all good. We'll get there one day. Patience is key. As we begin to wrap up, I did like this Kaiser shirt, even though the neckline was pretty naff in this era. But I mean, the detail inside there is good. The sleeves are great. I want to see a fair price, I think, at 30 quid. It's not a bargain, but it's a decent enough price, I would say. If that's real, that's not bad at all. And there we go. So I'm just going to switch back to the main. And you should be able to see me, hopefully. And yeah, guys, that is the end of our time on eBay. But thank you for stopping by. It's been really fun. I really enjoy these streams and just the chat that we have. It's not just the shirts, but it's just getting a chance to hang out. Yeah, so thank you for stopping by. Thank you everyone for contributing. Even if you're just watching and not said a thing, that's still cool. And yeah, Middle Man's is yellow and red. And this is reference to the Go Ahead Eagles. Makes you want a Lons jersey, long sleeve. Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. And Enrique says, love the Kaiser Chiefs shirt. It's good, isn't it? Just Kaiser Chiefs are just great. They are so collectible. timeless. The colorway is amazing. They're always good, and even the modern stuff is great. Doesn't really matter what era. It's always really good to collect. But Andy, it's been good fun as well, mate. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, quick reminder: you can well, there's stuff about the magazine at the start of the video, so go to that if you're new. Sorry, if you're just tuning in at the end, or if you're new, which either way. I need to stop shaking my camera. But also, Thursday, guys, if you're around on Thursday afternoon, we'll be doing our new series called The Hot Wall, where we rank football shirts, the best football shirts, the worst football shirts of the year. And that's been a really fun interactive stream. So if you like this, you will like that as well. You can watch on catch up all the previous episodes as well. But if you can join me live on Thursday, that would be amazing. And as we wrap up, the usual notes to say you can support me further on Patreon. There's details in the description, and you should subscribe if you're new here, if you're just watching this for the first time. If you're curious about what's going on in the first corner, you can subscribe. Usually, we don't just do these streams; we'll be doing more recorded videos. I've slowed them down as I'm in the final stages of renovating my studio. But once that's done, there'll be more historical videos as well as the streams as well. But anyway. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, for watching. Thank you for your company. Yeah, as Midman says, see you, film and chat. Likewise, Midman, see you as well. And see you all very soon. I'll leave you with the outro screen. But yeah, thank you for your time. Pleasure to hang out. I will see you very soon to speak more about football shirts. Take care, guys.